Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to Krabs Trades. Today we're going to be going over how you can secure your first ever 6 figures in prop firm capital, as well as how you can secure your first ever prop firm payout. So if you're a trader that's not yet funded, or if you haven't secured a payout yet, then this is honestly a video that I wish I had years ago because it would have saved me so much time and money. So make sure to watch this video all the way until the end and hit that like button as well, helps the channel grow. But yeah, all that aside, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing overall that you actually got to understand is that in trading, you have to have money to make money. So what I would recommend first off the bat is just save up like 500 bucks so that you can use this towards prop firms as well as evaluation costs and activation costs. So 500 bucks, it's not a lot of money. You know, if you have to, get a job, do whatever you have to do. Don't do anything illegal, do it the right way. And then with that 500 bucks, after you get good at backtesting, you're gonna wanna get a 50K evaluation with a prop firm. So what I would recommend is a Top Step account, a 50K. That'll cost you around $50, and then when you pass that account, it will be a $150 activation fee. But honestly, if you trade my style, if you trade my model, when you pass an account, it's pretty much like a guaranteed payout as long as you don't crash out, which is what we're gonna be going over in just a second, which is psychology. Psychology in trading overall is honestly one of the most important things, because if you're crashing out, you're not gonna secure payouts. You take this a step back and let's go back to what I was talking about. So before you even get a 50K account, what you're gonna wanna be doing is focusing on backtesting. So before you even get a prop firm account, what you're actually gonna wanna focus on is backtesting your model. You're gonna wanna make sure that you have, I would say honestly, at least a 50% win rate with a 1 to 2. So for example, risking 500 bucks for 1,000 bucks, that's a 1 to 2 risk to reward. And when you have at least a 50% win rate in backtesting, that's when I would recommend you actually go into the market and then get that 50K Top Step combine to start trading on. Once you get that 50K combine, that's actually gonna cost you 50 bucks for the evaluation, $50, and say you pass it, then you're gonna pay another 150 bucks. And this is where that $500 comes in, because like I said, to make money, you're gonna have to spend money, right? So after you activate the account, that's a total of $200 for that account, right? You pay 200 bucks to get access to 50K in capital, which actually is only the drawdown. So you technically have $2,000 of drawdown and you only paid $200 for that. And what I mean by that is on a 50K account, 50K, your max loss limit on that account is $2,000. So with that, you know, what I personally do is I don't risk a lot. I risk 250 bucks and I look for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So I'm basically risking $250 for $500, especially once you're funded and once you're copy trading accounts. This is where the real money starts to come in. Say you stack up 5 accounts, that's where the real money comes in, because then you're getting paid $2,500 for just a $500 trade pretty much. And overall, honestly, copy trading is one of the most important things if you're trading prop firms. But the main point of this video is honestly just securing 6 figures of capital and getting your first ever payout. So let's get back to the point. After you pass your first ever 50K account, what I would do is just risk 250 for 500. And since this is your first ever payout, just do what you can to actually secure that payout. Just go for the 5 winning days and take at least like $1,000 to $2,000 as a payout. And now the main thing of the first payout is to just prove it to yourself that you can actually make money from trading and that it's actually real money. And when you actually secure yourself a payout, even if it's just like $1,000 bucks, like say you run up the account a little bit, say your payout is like $1,000 or $2,000, I'm gonna talk about why this is actually very significant. Now, $2,000 may not sound like a lot of money, but then after you get this first payout, that's when you can then begin copy trading. Say you have 5 50K accounts. Now remember how we were risking $250 for $500 on our funded account, right? So now once you're copy trading, that's literally multiplied by 5. So 500 times 5, every single TP that you make, it's around $2,500 if you're taking 1 to 2 risk to rewards. And I honestly like 1 to 2 risk to rewards a lot, just because you only need a 40% win rate to be profitable with it. If this statistic alone is literally a higher probability that you will be profitable than a coin flip. A coin flip is 50%, right? If it lands heads or tails. When you're trading with 1 to 2 risk rewards, you only have to win 40% of the time to actually be profitable with it. Now, obviously over time your win rate will go up, but if you're a very new trader, 40% a win rate like that is highly achievable. Now, the reason why people can't stick to this is because they're not disciplined to actually taking 1 and 2 risk rewards. So if you can do that alone, that's honestly an edge on its own, is just taking the 1 and 2 risk rewards no matter what. Also, very, very important, once you actually are funded, you're going to want to focus on psychology, because psychology is the number one thing in trading, and it can lead to a few different things, right? Psychology can lead to FOMO, which is fear of missing out, meaning if you take a loss, you may want to re-enter, kind of overtrade. One of the biggest things in trading overall is just sticking to your system and just following a system that you know is profitable. You're going to figure out if your system's actually profitable by the back testing. One of the most important things is gathering data on your system. So yeah, that's what you're going to have the confidence in your strategy with. And then once you get on those prop firms, you're just going to trade the exact same as if you were trading on back testing. You want to basically replicate what you do in back testing in the live market as well, so that then your psychology is strong, and then it basically leads to payouts. Now, if your psychology is bad, it's going to end up leading to blown accounts. So don't have fear of missing out. Also, make sure that you don't have greed, because that is something that kills so many traders. It's greed, fear of missing out, over trading. Just, you guys already know what you have to do, but a lot of times you just don't do it. And that's the only reason why you're not where you want to be, and it's just because of your psychology. So really focus on the psychology and really focus on the back testing. That's honestly what I wish I knew when I started trading. You already know all of these things are bad. You know greed is bad. You know that FOMO is bad, but you still do it. You still overtrade. But in reality, when you just understand that you have a system that you have backtested data on, and you can execute that system with literally a 40% win rate and still be profitable, you will secure that 6 figures of funding as well as secure your first ever payout if you just have a strong psychology. This is by far the most important thing overall. By far, what I actually wish I heard a year ago is that psychology and backtesting are the two most important things in trading. And the only actual reason why about like 95% of traders fail is just because their psychology actually sucks. They can't stick to a system, they don't backtest, they don't journal their trades. And if you know that you have a profitable system that you have backtested data on, then there's no FOMO, there's no greed, nothing like that. You don't care if you take a loss. If you take a loss, just walk away. It's honestly better to just come back in a new session where you actually have a fresh mindset as well as a new draw on liquidity, so your probabilities of winning in that new session are actually higher with that new draw on liquidity. Overall, a quick recap: if I was a brand new trader, what I would do is I would save $500. I would then backtest until I'm profitable in backtesting. And what I mean by that is green weeks and green months in your trading. You don't want to go on a funded account until you're consistent in backtesting. Until you have at least, I would say, like a 50% win rate with like a 1 to 2 risk reward. Overall, the biggest cheat code to trading is honestly having good psychology and just backtesting so much that it literally makes it impossible to fail. Because I promise you, backtesting is where it's at. It's going to build your discretion. It's going to build your screen time. You're going to master your model. And when you have your technicals down for real, that's when you just got to lock in on your psychology. Just build some discipline in your life, hit the gym, do things that you don't want to do so that your discipline is sticking to your system in the charts as well. Honestly, securing your first ever 6 figures in propfirm capital as well as getting your first ever payout is not a hard thing, and it's really simple. The only issue is you make it hard. You overcomplicate things. You make too many variables in your trading, and that's the only reason why you have not achieved it yet. But don't worry, you honestly will achieve it. I believe in you, bro. Trust me. Just keep backtesting, keep journaling. You will achieve everything that you want to. I really do believe that you will achieve it because I achieved it, right? And I'm just a normal ass person. Like, I'm no different from you guys. All that I did is I followed my system. I got statistics on my model that proved to me that it was profitable. Then I dove into the charts, trading the live market the same exact way that I would trade in backtesting. And that's actually got me to where I am right now, where I can consistently take payouts from prop firms every single month. And I no longer have to work a job anymore. Honestly, this was my dream like literally a year ago. I don't want to get too off topic right now. If you're a newer trader that's still struggling to get funded, if you're not funded over 6 figures yet, if you haven't secured your first ever payout yet, or you're just kind of feeling lost in your trading right now, then I currently have an offer where I actually guarantee to work with you one-on-one until you're funded over 6 figures with prop firms. and receive your first ever payout. So that's honestly how confident I am in my own systems as well as what I teach to my students. If that's something that you're actually interested in, the link for that is the first link in the description to apply. If you're qualified to work with me, then we'll make sure to get some good results working together. Other than that, make sure you guys really lock in on your psychology, lock in on that back testing and the journaling. I know you don't want to do these things, but it's honestly what will actually get you results. And it's what I wish I heard a year ago, 2 years ago. If I heard somebody telling me what I just heard, it literally would have sped up my journey so much. And stop overcomplicating trading. This game is simple. Lock in on your mind, put in the work, and you will get results. It's impossible to fail if you make it impossible to fail for yourself. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're one of the few people that actually made it all the way till the end of this video, comment a W in the chat, as well as comment your favorite part of this video. What did you learn, or what did you kind of need as a refresher? Comment below. And until next time, love you all. Peace out.